I'm jumping in here before I start the video, right? Would anyone be interested in a video about how to use a compass? Now, I know there's a lot of videos out there, right? But some of them are quite technical, and I thought of doing three videos, right? Super simple, super basic, your absolute basics of how to use a compass, how to find north, how to take a bearing on a map, and also explaining, not getting technical, the magnetic field, because you've got two norths. You've got north and magnetic north, but I do that on the last video. Alright, so super simple how to find north, south, east, west, how to take a bearing using a map and compass, and then a slightly more technical video, right, on the magnetic field. Tell me if you're interested. Okay then, just thought I'd jump in there. Now let's get on with the video. Let's get on with today's video. Apps and watches, Roll VT. Hello paddlers, welcome back to my channel. I mentioned in my last video about a new watch I'd got, and I was trying out a new kayaking app. Now, I'll tell you right from the beginning, that's what this video is going to be about. Alright, I'm going to give you a quick look at the watch and why I'd recommend it. Right, but mostly going to be about the kayaking app, which is fantastic. Right, so I just thought I'd clear that up first. So if you've already got a watch and you've got a kayaking app and you're happy, stop watching. Or if you've got a watch and you're after a kayaking app, keep watching. Either way, I think most of you will get something out of this video. Right, I wanted a watch to track my pace on the water, mostly for Scotland, right? Because I didn't want to keep getting my phone out, you know, when you stop and you have to pause, and because I had like a kayaking app on my phone, which I thought was great until I tried this one. I was completely wrong. I did a paddle, right, and I turned it on and did like a short paddle, maybe 2 miles, something like that. And I will show you that on the screen so you know what sort of information you're getting. But before all that, right, I looked all over the place, right, not just Amazon, I looked all over the place. I wanted a watch that I could do this and that, you know, a smartwatch. Well, the prices for what I wanted it to do, you were talking 500-600 quid plus, right? So no, I thought, no, not for what I want. I want it really just, I don't wear a watch 90% of the time, alright? But I thought for paddling, it'll be great. And I also wanted something where I didn't have to have my phone turned on. So my phone could be turned off, alright? But my watch would still work and do everything I want it to do. Well, like I say, I looked everywhere, and for them Pacifics, right, I couldn't find any sort of smartwatch that would fill my criteria at a reasonable price. And then I came across this. Don't tune out, right? The Garmin Forerunner, and it's the 55. It's the real early one, right? But there's hundreds of videos about it. It's a running watch. It is designed for running. Don't tune out. Stay there. Right? I don't run either. Right? It's designed, they made it for running. It is classed as a running watch. And if you do enjoy running, it's got every possible running function you can imagine built into this thing. But yeah, the Garmin Forerunner 55, I'll give you a closer look. Alright. And I nearly skipped over it because I watched review after review after review because I was just looking for something cheapish, and it is cheap. Alright, I'll tell you right now, rather than dragging it out, compared to all the others I've just mentioned, well, if you look on Amazon, you'll see some for 130 new, all the way up to about 160 new, and they're the same product. product. So if you're going to get one, go through the list, shop around and find a good price one. I got the low end one, right? But it's exactly the same, it's just people charging you different prices. Right, like I said, I was looking through YouTube and I nearly skipped over it because everyone said running, and all like this. And then I found a video where this guy really went into it and what it has. Because when it comes, it has a few widgets. It has your running app, walking, steps, yoga, cycling, indoor cycling, and I think that's it. Oh, heart rate and all that stuff, and stress levels and stuff like that. Right, but they're basically the same on everything. But it's really designed for running. However, this is what I found out. You can actually add up to 27 more apps or widgets. And I happen to have found this particular kayaking app. Now, I didn't realise this straight away. It's a yearly subscription one, right? But it's about £5 a year, so nothing, right? And you don't pay in advance or out like that. You buy the thing, and at the end of 12 months, if you don't want it anymore, fine. Right? You don't actually sign up for anything in that sense. But yeah, and it is awesome. I will show you, but it's quite simple to set up. It's start, stop, you know what I mean, and everything like that. But I'll show you that when you look at the watch. Oh, and the good thing is your phone can be turned off, right? Because the watch itself has built-in GPS. So for the price, with built-in GPS, and it works bloody good as well. I actually, I wouldn't use it, not on a watch, but I downloaded a compass just to see how accurate the GPS was. And I compared it with my compass, and it was almost bang on the same. You get me? With a proper compass. So the GPS is great, right? So your phone's turned off and you can track your distance, your speed, how many paddle strokes, your average paddle stroke, your heart rate during paddle stroke. You can basically track everything. But what is nice is it also stores a map of your route from start to finish, and you can watch it back. And you can actually watch your route. There's like a little dot, and that's you, and you see it going down. But you've got a map and everything, and you've got loads of information, right? Which I will show you. I know this video is dragging on, but there's no way of cutting this one short. There's too much to tell you. What I'll tell you first of all, though, before showing you the information, you basically turn on the kayaking app. You start paddling. If you stop for a while, just press the button and it pauses. As soon as you get going again, press the button and you get going again, which is like most things, right? But it's not a smartwatch, but it has got a lot of smart features. If I've got my phone turned on and the link to a Bluetooth, right, then if I get any text messages, emails, if somebody posts a video on YouTube, right, I get notifications onto my watch, and it's not just like a little you have a message. You can actually read the email. You get me? So that's with it connected to the phone, though, right, to your mobile. But I'm not really worried about that. But it's nice. Say you've packed your mobile in a dry bag and all like this. And because mine's linked to my doorbell camera as well. If somebody walks to my door, rings the bell, I also get on the watch. Somebody's at your door ringing your bell type thing. So it does a hell of a lot for the price when you think about it. A hell of a lot. Plus up to 27 apps you can download. Now basically that's what I will show you a close up. Well, the watch is a watch, you know what I mean? It's a watch. It doesn't come with this strap, right? I wanted a stretchy material strap just for comfort. It comes with like a rubberized, it's quite comfy, right? But like a rubberized strap. And there's about 1 million different straps you can buy. accessories, but it has, as it arrives, it had like 4 watch faces you can choose between, or you can add your own, and them extra functions I told you about. Now that's all I'm going to talk about with the watch. I'm not going to mention the watch. You can have a look at it there. Let me turn the light on because it's dark. Oh, I will mention this. Right, when I first got it, I thought, oh, that's dark. That's really dark. And it's got a little light, and if you turn the light on, I don't know if that'll show up on the camera. Right, but it's got a little light on. Right, but just looking at it, I thought, oh, that's dark. It's something to do with the way it's designed, the crystals. When you're outside and any light hits it, it bounces up as if there's like a 10,000 lumen bulb behind it or something like that. It really does light up. You get me? So that's how it's designed. But no, so that's the watch. And I'm not going to talk any more about the watch. I've told you as much as I want to tell you, because the main reason for this video was for the app. Now, as I said, I went for a paddle and I was messing about with it a bit actually. And I got my settings how I wanted them, because you can change what you actually see on the screen. What I've got heart rate, distance, maximum speed, average speed, how many strokes I've taken, and the time, as in what time is it. That's on the main screen. Now it has got 5 different screens, and you can set laps, you can this and that, but I'm just using it for the main screen, and that's what I've got set up on mine. But just because that's all you're seeing on the main screen, when you finish your paddle and you click save, right, once you've connected to something, right, and you open your apps up to have a look, that's when it shows you all the maps and everything. Now you have to do it through Garmin Connect IQ, I think it is, or Garmin Connect Store. We'll see in a minute when I turn you around and show you the actual app thing. And that is simple. It basically, go onto Garmin, right, you'll see Connect, download, and then from there you can alter everything about the watch. Right, figure that one out yourself. If I can figure it out, you can figure it out. But it's really, really simple. You can keep certain things, get rid of certain things, add things. You do it all from there. And on there, the store is there in the corner. You can click store, and that's where they've got thousands of apps. Right, they won't all work on this. Some work on some watches, some work on other ones. You know what I mean? But the kayaking app does, and that's the main reason for this video. Right, so I had a paddle, a couple of miles or so, had it all set up, turned it on, and I thought, let's just see how it goes. I went from one bit to another bit, and let's have a look on the computer. Won't spin you around, switch views to the computer, just so you can see how much information is collected. I'm remembering, and it's the key function, which is what I wanted. Your phone can be turned off, right? You're just using your watch. Your watch is collecting all this information. You don't need your phone on all the time. Just the GPS on the watch gets everything. I didn't even know it collected video, right, and shows you through Google Maps. I didn't even know that. But yeah, so let's do a jump shot, get the computer up, and I'll show you my activity for that short little distance, and you'll be able to see all the information it can collect. And like I say, for about, I can't remember, I think it was about £5. I think it was about £5. It might have been less, might have been a bit more, I can't remember. But you'll see it, and everything's there, all the information's there. And like I said, it's just a case of you pay that each year, right? But it's not a subscription, you don't sign up to it. So like at the end of the year, if I think, I found something better, just don't buy it again. You know what I mean? Just forget it. You know what I mean? But I'm quite happy with it, and I'm also quite happy with one or two other apps that I put on, but that's a different story. That's not to do with kayaking. Right, let's get the computer on then and show you all the information that it records and see what you think. Jump shot. Why the hell did I know that? Jump shot. Jump shot. Okay, right. One more thing I forgot to tell you. I did mention in my video, my paddle video, but the watch also has a safety feature. If I press and hold a particular button for about 10 seconds, it sends an emergency text message and call to my designated number, and you can have, well, I'm not sure, at least 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe more designated numbers, so it's not just one person. And the message basically says send help, right? And there's GPS coordinates. Now, if by any, I don't know how you'd accidentally press that button, right? You can also, by pressing a button, 2 buttons, send another message to them through the watch, basically saying, forget it, I'm fine. But how you'd, yeah, I don't think you could accidentally hold down a button for 10 seconds, you know what I mean? And after the 10 seconds, a screen comes up and you get about a 5-second countdown before the messages are sent. So there's no real chance of an accident in that sense. So yeah, if something happened, press and hold your button, message goes off with your GPS coordinates and a message saying send help. Forgot to mention that. Okay then, right. This app, I just found something else it does that I didn't even realise. Let's take a look at it then. Now, like I said, my phone was turned off. All right, just a short paddle. And let's see what information I actually picked up. Right, the green is the starting point. Now, it's pretty damn accurate. You look at where it is on the river. It's not left, it's not right. It's almost bang on to where I actually was, because I started there. And basically, I just paddled down to my end point, which is about 2.5 miles away from that bit. And if, right, watch that little black dot, right, I've sped it up a little bit, but if I press play, you can actually watch your route, and you can zoom in, obviously, and pause at any point. Right, so it's nice that you get a little map, right, of your actual route, and like I said, you can zoom right into it. So if there's any close-ups you want to do, and you can change your views, obviously, to different maps if you just want street maps or something. But yeah, so that's one thing, and I didn't even know it did that. I didn't know it recorded the journey, so that's cool. Now also, let's take a look at some of the information you get then. Right, I may have to put 1 or 2 black bars across certain things on here because of personal information. But you can see here, right, you've got your distance, the time it took me 51 minutes, my average pace, calories. I think that total ascent, I don't know, read that yourself, I can't read that. Right, but if you come down, right, you've got loads of information. You've got your elevation, so your ups and downs, basically, how high you're going, how low you're going, and things like that. I'm going to let you read these yourselves because I've said before I have a lot of trouble reading. But yeah, so you've got a lot of information you can look at there, right? And your rates and stuff. Right, you can actually zoom in on all of these and make them bigger, just for argument's sake, so you can go through things and have a really good look. There's a lot of information. Now, if I come down past all this lot, right, this is all stuff you can look at while you're going through stuff. Right, there's loads of information, but if I come down to here, Right, this is where you get your more basic but more pronounced information, like your distance, right, that thing that we just set up there. But your strokes, I took 785 strokes in total. Right, but you can also get your average speed, your average strokes, your timing, right, and probably your rest period somewhere, but yeah, all sorts of information. Right, I'll go through this slowly so you can read it yourself. Right, I'd ignore that because, like I say, I was using VR as well to test it out a bit, so that's probably why there's a lot more strokes. Right, but you can get a lot of it. A lot of it I've got turned off. That's why I think say 0, as in steps and stuff. Right, but you do get a hell of a lot of information, which is exactly what you want. You want your distance and strokes is nice, and how long it took you, right? And all this stuff is a bonus, and you've got your map as well. So you do get a hell of a lot. Right then, there's my watch. Right. And, oh, by the way, to check all this stuff, my watch is turned off right now. My watch is off. Sorry. My watch is actually, sorry. My watch is actually, see the alien? My watch is turned off. Alright, so once that stuff's on your computer or your tablet or your phone or whatever you're doing, you don't have to have everything connected up to review it. You get me? It stores, right? And all your individual things. Let's say you did kayaking and running, let's say. It stores in your sports section, and you click on sports, and then it's a case of it takes you to whatever you happen to be doing. If that makes any sense. There's my alien. I didn't mean to click that. Oh, I've lost my app. There you go. Yeah, so I'll just show you here. All activities over on the left-hand side. If I click on that, you get some information. That's a different app I was trying out. There's just a couple of different things I was trying out. But go back to your home page and you can look at your different things and your different activities and get information and stuff like that. But there is click. There's a lot to it, and for a few £1 a year, right, the kayaking side of it is absolutely amazing. But no, so yeah, so that's your app there. Alright, that's your name of it. Alright, if I click on it, well, you might actually get the prices if I click on it. Let's just accept that. Alright, but this is the actual app. There you go. Alright, but once you've got your watch, you may already have a Garmin. You may already have this Connect IQ. Right? So, but you might not have this app. But as you can see, that it does a lot of different things. I'm not going to even attempt to read this. Oh, $3 US. There you go. So now you know. But you get a lot of information. Right? This is very similar to what I've got on my watch. Right? Heart rate, speed, mileage, and things like that. But yeah, I can't rate it enough. And like I say, when you think about it, I was looking at £400, £500, £600 watches that do all this, and I thought no chance. I thought I am not spending that sort of I'm not spending that sort of money. It's not happening. But getting this cheaper watch, which I think it's cheaper. One, it's the older version. Two, it's mostly advertised as a running watch. So if you don't go running, you just skip over it. I mean, I nearly skipped over this watch, right? Because I thought, oh, it's a running watch. That's not good to me. It wasn't until I actually found a particular review where a guy said you can add this and add that and change this and change that, because nobody really said that. When you see reviews of this watch, they're all talking about the running features, which is fine, you get me, but everyone's going on about the running features. And I thought, well, I don't run, so that watch is just useless to me. It wasn't until I found this one particular review, which I can't remember, but I looked at hundreds, where this guy was saying, but he'd changed this, he'd got rid of that, he'd added this, he'd added that, and stuff like that. And it's great. Also, as well, I'll tell you about another app. I'm not going to go messing about again. Tell you about another app. It's called Find My Car. All it is, once again, your phone does not have to be on. When you sat in your car, bear with me, when you sat in your car, before you leave your car, you press this button and you set it. The GPS takes where it is, and then you clear off. And then when you press that button again, it points an arrow at where your car is, and you basically follow the arrow. Sounds pointless, especially for kayaking. But then think about it, and this is why I actually got it, and this was a free app. I thought, say you're in the middle of whatever. I'll say Loch Lomond because it's huge and I'm going there. So say I find a particular spot that's perfect and I think I want to come back here and camp here tonight. It's a bloody big place, Loch Lomond. But I can use that, set that point like as a waypoint almost, or a bearing point, and then bugger off. And then when I decide time to go to bed, I can use that, follow my way back to that exact spot. You get me? And that's a free app. Now, I know a lot of sophisticated smartwatches do things like that, but you're also paying the smartwatch price. You get me? You're paying hundreds of pounds. Whereas this, you can get for, if I just say less than 150, mine was about 120 or 130, somewhere around there. Just look, different prices, different stores, different shops. But then you can get the apps that'll do all your kayaking stuff. Anyway, I wanted to make this video, and I know for a fact at least one person was looking forward to it, wasn't you, Bobby? Because you'd asked me a couple of times. Bobby Kayaking. Yeah, he'd asked us, he'd left a couple of comments asking a couple of questions. But like I say, what I love about it is phone turned off. Press a button, records all your paddle information. And if you stop for a bit, press pause, get going again, start again. And the only one thing you have to do at the end of your paddle, you click your pause button, shall we say, but then you've got a drop down menu button and just click save. Done. And that's it, it's done. And you don't even have to have your phone turned on. So, brilliant. Okay then, paddlers, this has become a long video, but to be honest, I don't care. I wanted to get the information out in case there's anybody else like me who don't really wear watches, so they ain't got one, and wanted something for tracking the paddling, but didn't want to spend a fortune, and when they'd looked online everywhere, it's a bloody fortune. But finding this cheapish watch, and getting a cheap app that is perfect for kayaking, and it's not just kayaking. I don't know if you noticed, it was kayaking, paddle boarding, there was something else as well, whatever. But yeah, it's brilliant. And there you go then. Of course, if you've already got a smartwatch and you was after a good kayaking app, you don't need to buy the watch, you've got the app. There you go. If there's any questions, just leave us a comment. I'm happy to. Okay, then I'm going to leave it there and simply say cheers.